Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. We are now live and underway. We've got no fans up against Snoop Doggy Dogs, also known as SK Gaming.
No, I'm pretty sure they're Snoop Doggy Dogs. This is a different team.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Well, picks and bans should be underway right now. What can you see correct coming out here?
We get Kali and Isis taken off the board by Got No Fans. On the other side, on the right, it's Snoop Doggy Dogs getting rid of Sylvanas and Cirquette. Thor picked up for Got No Fans. Once again, unfortunately, our names are broken. There will be no names. Left is Got No Fans. Right is Snoop Doggy Dogs, not SK Gaming. Totally different team. With a completely different roster of all the same people.
It's SK Gaming on the right, but hey. So, we can see Vulcan and Apollo locked in. SK Gaming, and across the way, Got No Fans going to be taking Poseidon and Rama by the looks of it.
Yeah, Poseidon and Rama. Are you psychic?
Ahead of time, I apologize if I am having technical issues. What a surprise.
Oh man. No, you're just psychic.
Okay, I'll take that.
You,
I can handle it.
Ymir gonna be locked in for SK Gaming. Some we don't see them pick too often. But looking at the previous games, they have been using their different roster. No Badger today, so Maniac will be on support. Zero's in the middle lane, Captain Twig in the jungle, and Yamin in the solo lane. Yamin from Kitty Gaming, which is home to the famous Zop QQQ and a few others.
And Yamin's played in a lot of different places as well. He played for Potato Boys for 1 week as well as a substitute.
Yeah.
So Yamin gets around a little bit. So Loki
Very good
taking,
player.
and then Geb, and now Giannis hovered over right now. But this is currently Optics messing around, considering what he's going to choose. Currently hovering into Thanatos, now into Hades.
Ooh, definitely the Hades, I think. Yeah.
I hope not. I really hope he doesn't choose Hades.
Oh, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in, lock it in. Ah! Oh.
You okay, Kret? You okay?
I like Hades. I'm excited for the Chinese matches that we're going to watch after this broadcast,
Well,
where
Sun
Hades is a
Wukong.
thing.
Sun Wukong gets locked in as the last pick there. Not as usual as you'd normally see, and that's probably going to be solo lane Sun Wukong here. I'm guessing. Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, probably. Maniac plays a lot of Ymir in that support role, and it works out very well for him.
Well,
So.
it'll be interesting to see how this one's going to play out, guys, because they're the teams on paper right now. Left-hand side, Got No Fans. Right-hand side, Snoop Doggy Dogs, formerly known as SK Gaming, originally still known as SK Gaming. This is game one of the semi-finals. Winners will go on to face against Alt Under Control, who made it to the final. They had a great run so far. We'll see how they can do in the finals, but right now, we'll bring you this game as soon as these guys have loaded in. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Apologies for such a long delay, but we're here. We've Got No Fans going up against Snoop Doggy Dogs, also known as SK Gaming. To start this one, we'll talk quickly about who's on Got No Fans side. There's a lot of names on this team that you will recognise from multiple different teams. Rafa will be playing support Geb. Sile will be playing mid lane Poseidon, Adapting will be playing jungle Thor, Emelita will be playing AD carry Rama or Hunter Rama, and finally we'll see Optics in the solo lane playing Janus.
On the other side, it is Snoop Doggy Dogs Zeros in the middle lane on Vulcan in the jungle, Captain Twig on Loki in the solo lane, Yamin on Sun Wukong in the support role, it's Maniac on Ymir, and still in base, the captain, the commander, your General Reels X.
Yeah, he's just going to chill in base for a while.
Yeah,
There's
it's
no reason
strategic.
No reason to purchase items yet, 30 seconds in, let your support go out and ward, nothing to worry about. He's not got Badger in support today, so he doesn't have to worry about him getting picked at the start of the game, so he can stay in base that little bit longer. The strategies that are available to the Snoop Doggy Dogs.
Well, on the left-hand side, a ward will be dropped under where Maniac was at the blue buff. Maniac does have wards. He's got the multi-pot start, so does want to drop them. But honestly, if he doesn't, I don't know if it's the hugest deal. We'll see.
It should
Does
be
have
okay.
a ward sort of in the rotation spot, so he should spot out any mid-camp steal if that attempts to happen.
Yeah, I think the wards placed down by Snoop Doggy Dogs here, just in good position to keep an eye out for invades coming out, so there won't be any from either side. Everyone's going to stand pretty standard in this one. You can see Thor helping out with these mid-harpies at the beginning of the game, just because Optics, this is sort of a standard rush on the blue side now, just because most of the solo lanes don't take hog anymore. And the risk of
That's true.
invasion is very dangerous.
Yeah, nobody wants to deal with invades. It's just sort of like mages don't get hog ever. So a lot of the bruisers feel like they don't need it. Captain Twig taking a little bit of damage from that buff, but he'll be okay. Adapting, and Optics will head into lane earlier than their opponents. But this clear should be fairly even. Yemen and Twig have enough to get it done, and Adapting already rotating out of lane. Along with Raffer. Raffer, considering Red Steel, just going to go for safe back harpies instead.
Yeah, he has his hog available. Got to be able to do that. Zero's going to back up to tower. He knows that team was missing from that lane. Loki now transitioning there as well, so Twig will be there in time for this wave. One decoy should be enough to clear it up, and Sal's going to take a bit of poke damage for free. Nice little bit of bleed there. Maniac did go back to those back harpies and find Raffer, but he didn't manage to stop that one from happening. They both rotate back to lane for the farm once again.
On the right hand side, Yemen has taken a fair amount of poke, is not going Emerald Talisman start, but instead Death's Toll, so a little bit more aggressive and a little bit more reliant on getting his auto attacks off and getting that sustain, which from Death's Toll, that 5 health per auto attack is a lot more than it might seem. In the dual lane though,
A lot of aggression.
Snoop Doggy Dogs, they're on the back foot.
Yeah, Reels is
and
taking a
Melito,
lot of poke here, and Rafa needs to watch his positioning. Sorry, Reels needs to watch his position, but Maniac with a really good frost there to stop Rafa from doing anything over on that side. That was really, really nice play from the duo lane of Got No Fans.
I see, I actually disagree. I think it was a better play for Snoop Doggy Dogs because Reels started with lower health.
That's true.
And he was trading better with the archers on Emilito. So what it looked like he got lower, and he did, he actually won that trade in a small sense.
Small set. Well, talk about mid lane, because we've not really spoke about this yet, but Poseidon versus Vulcan, how is this matchup? Because it's not one we've seen very often, just because Poseidon's been out of the meta for a while now, and starting to drift back in, and Vulcan's in, but maybe drifting back out.
Yeah, which is unfortunate for Zero since it's one of his best characters, but Poseidon is just going to completely demolish Vulcan in terms of clear. Poseidon, one of the hardest clearing characters, so mobile. Kraken is a great thing, and looks like Adapting will be returning to base, and will be level 5 for mid camps.
5 as well, working on his... He's got Tier 2 boots online. Meanwhile, in the jungle, Loki's also got Tier 2 boots. He's just returned back as Captain Twig, so we will see them both be level 5 ready for these mid camps. It's going to be interesting to see which ones they're going to prioritize, because the team fights from both teams very, very interesting. Although Poseidon does probably have one of the best ultimates in game for this first RP fight.
Yeah, definitely. Ooh, Thor going up. The question is, where will he go? Looking for Maniac, who's only level 4. This poor Ymir will be comboed, and he will fall. No chance.
But Twig might be able to put some pressure onto Adapting here now. The good shield coming in from Rafa, who did a fantastic blink there to give that shield to make sure he could get out of trouble and not take too much. So that's nicely done from God No Fans. They get themselves first blood and get themselves a small gold lead.
Yeah, mid camps were traded evenly, each mid taking 1 pair, but it was just a nice first blood, and that's the power of Thor. Very good at catching out supports, especially less mobile ones who aren't level 5, like Ymir. And now on the back foot, having to recall early, Maniac could have a lot of trouble this
They're
game.
going to play mid. Trying to make him play mid. Captain Twig just uses Vanish. They're not going to find him in time, though. Unfortunately, Adaptive was waiting in the wings there. That's why you were waiting. You saw Rafa roll out, looking for the opportunity. Not going to find it. Checking mid left, though. Bit of a trade going on between the two hunters there. Trying to farm up in the minion wave. At the start of this, for at least now, Rama should have the advantage in the wave clear department, but it'll catch back up in favour of Reels eventually. So beautiful is coming online.
Reels and Emilito just trading auto attacks. Emilito winning that one, and we'll be going a Heartseeker start, so no Devourer's Gauntlet start. Reels should be able to take advantage of this. I mean, such a seasoned hunter will be able to take advantage of every small thing his opponents do, I believe. And
Well, they're
blue
trying to
invade.
steal out the blue. Yeah, they're trying to steal out the blue. Amelito's zoning Maniac from getting in there. Maniac, though, just waiting around patiently, trying to juke the autos, buying himself some time for a rotation. The rotation's coming from Zeros here. Good wall onto Amelito. He's going to get the damage off before he could roll out of that one, but the wall's on cooldown. Reels is coming in with the across the skies for the dunk. Good shield from Rafa, followed by the Cataclysm. He's going to buy time, but Amelito jukes back into the fight. Maybe he's trying to buy time for Sayo to come in, but Sayo...
Oh, rip!
Well,
That is the most dead I have seen Sayo in a long time.
I mean, the rotation was good from Sile. That's what we saw Emilito trying to wait for. It looked really odd from Emilito. He was waiting for his team to turn up there, correct? You know, just to get them in position. And they didn't turn up in time, but talking about turn up, Adapting is in the sky right now looking for Reels. The roll away was perfectly timed. The wall double tap was connect, but a quick thrust. And Adapting's in trouble now because the Mez was great from Reels. He actually hang on to that to make sure Berserker Barrage through space and time comes out, does not connect with Reels. Optics, can you make something happen? Reels is low on mana, but he's going to have the moves to get away.
They just can't kill him. Reel's staying alive through literally everyone rotating to his lane to kill him, specifically.
He's Apollo. Like, that's what Apollo does.
It's true.
He's so
Gold Fury, though, will likely be going to Got No Fans here. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that Snoop Doggy Dogs ran out of stuff, had to recall. Teleporting in is Yemen. Not going to be able to contest it in time, and actually will be forced into his ult. Early shielded teleport almost worked out for him. Almost, but he doesn't have Hog 3.
It nearly worked out. He tried to put the pressure on, didn't manage to find it though. So Gold Fury goes in favour of Got No Fans. That brings the gold lead in favour of them now. Experience 2 in terms of 1200. Drops a little bit thanks to the mid Harpies going down on the right. No. Did the mid Harpies not go to that? I'm not sure.
Right went to Snoop Doggy Dogs. Left will go to Sayo on that Poseidon. Zero's a little bit behind in experience on the right hand side, or in the middle lane. On the right hand side, Optics returning to base, sitting at level 9, going even with Yaman, and Yaman has put a lot of gold into his actives.
Well, talking about Emilito as well, you were saying Heartseeker, he's actually gone Transcendence in this build right now. So he's going to go for lots of mana and high damage. Obviously, Transcendence is very, very good for the damage. However, you're going to give up some sustain in terms of not having the lifesteal that the Devour's Gauntlets give you.
Yeah, we'll likely be going into an Aussie after Boots to remedy that situation, unless he plans on going double stack.
Oh, Adapting's going to take to the sky onto Yami on his right side. They know his ultimate should not be available. Good beads, though, picked up nicely early from Yami to force that disengage. I love his decision there. He'd gone back to base after going for Gold Fury with the teleport and bought beads because he knew he could get aggressed on. He realized he could get aggressed with not having his ultimate and bought beads right then.
Yeah, I mean, he's spent 1,200 gold on actives now, but he's really making it work, and we'll be able to stay alive. Does take the
Emilito. Emilito.
Rip.
There is no
That's
Emilito.
Just comboed in lane, yeah.
He really was coming. Rafa was on the right side trying to make something happen. Doesn't manage to find anything. Free space and time goes out. Doesn't connect with Yami, who jukes out, but Optics isn't done. Nope, he is. He's trying to find the pole, and now Captain Twig puts some pressure back on to Optics once again. Zero's in mid, though, starting to push Sayo into the tower now, even though he's a little bit behind in terms of levels.
I find it a really interesting decision that Twig has gone for Vanish first. It means he's looking to kill because Vanish is the highest damage ability max first with the DOT. It ensures that Yanis cannot escape through any portals. Even if he had gotten to it, he would have still died.
I'm going to try and defend against Reels pushing into the tower there. Just waiting patiently, but he's got support coming in the terms of Adapting and Emilito on the way back to lane. Adapting no ultimate available, but he can try and put the pressure on a blink in. Cactus does connect. Good wall to follow up to block the escape from the moves. The moves actually hits the wall, and the chopper falls to the ground before he can take it.
Ooh, the taunt spam from Raffer though. You ain't shit. Come on. All right. Blue buff, though, not able to be stolen as it's not up for another 2 minutes. Adapting in the jungle, looking for more, and we'll be able to take back Harpies, but Twig is here.
Twig is here. Adapting does have his ultimate available, so if he does get aggressed on, he can jump out, and with that wall, gonna buy him time. Rapha's gonna be there with a shockwave too, just to delay Twig an extra second. Vanish does speed you up when you use it. He's still after something. He actually turned his attention to Rafa. Berserker Barrage trading backwards and forwards, and with a Melito run to the sky here, Twig's gonna be a bit careful. Oh, that double tap hit. It could have been a world of hurt. Good wall though, and now with his ultimate on cooldown, Melito's gonna be careful, but he should get out of trouble. Through space and time, actually got channeled out. Does not connect on Twig on the backside. It was very close though.
Yeah, worth a shot. I mean, you're just chilling over there, not planning on rotating anytime soon. Might as well shoot and see if you can get a kill. Sayo will be able to take the right camp as Adapting gets the left, and the map control definitely going in favor of Got No Fans. Twig on this Loki, he's gotten started a little bit, gotten that 2-0, but it's not really until he maxes both his 1 and his 3 that he becomes a big threat.
Well, because we normally see Loki nowadays in the solo lane because he just likes to farm up that Heartseeker stack for the mobility as everyone else. So we're going to see less damage left hand side, but Raph is caught out by a great one from Maniac. Forced the Cataclysm, has to shield himself, but Maniac's not done. He wants the kill, not going to find it, but Reels is going up. The chopper's online. Rafa actually goes down. Good blink, but now Emilito's the one in trouble as Reels goes in for the kill. Reels was not happy. Reels was not happy. And he was like,
with a vengeance.
As we say in English, you want me? And that's exactly what went on there. And now Optics turns up to the fight though, gonna try and put the damage out, doesn't find the unstable Vortex into Maniac. And he's gotta lose the right hand side tower for this, I feel, because Yaman should be able to get it down in this wave. So this rotation, he may defend the turn one left, but he's gonna lose the one on right hand side, I feel.
And speaking of Yaman finding a solo kill onto Adapting.
Tayo, gonna get hit by the Assassinate. Forces his Kraken defensively, but he's gonna walk in range for a backfire hit from Zeros, who walks right up to his mush. And ends it. Rafa though gonna come in and try and get Captain Twig, but the Meatball Mariana gonna save the day.
Wow!
Space and time. This is again Optics trying to snipe with that across the map all the time.
Very, very close too. I mean, if Twig did not speed himself up with Vanish at that exact moment, he was dead. So very, very close. Optics having great aim with those ultimates, just not quite getting the connections for various reasons. Pretty much outside of his control. Yaman finding that solo kill onto Adapting will be able to take the tower. And that is an uncharacteristic circumstances. At the time, Adapting was stronger. He had 10 more physical power and 10 more penetration.
Oh, 7-2 right now. Gold lead relatively even in all fairness between the two. 200 difference, sorry, 300 difference between the two. Experience though in this favor of Snoop Doggy Dogs, all formerly known as SK Gaming, still known as SK Gaming, as we go into this one. And it continues on. Emilito's doing a good job in this lane, but he's 2 levels behind on Reels now, who's starting to put the pressure on. Actually just pops Sprint and Optics waiting around the wings here to try and find a pick. But with Maniac coming in, he's going to have to back up.
Yaman on the right-hand side of that middle lane could potentially go for a pick. He did beat Adapting the last time, so Thor's going to be a little bit careful there, forcing Raffer back, and the really nice map control from Snoop Doggy Dogs right now. I love the way Yaman is sort of playing the angle between the soul lane and the mid lane and just saying, you know what, I'm not going to push there. You can have those creeps outside your tower all day.
They're dead. Captain Twig's going to come in as well as Yamin as well. They might get collapsed on. Maybe not, because the team from Middleton could turn up, but the Assassinate is going to secure. Sayo goes down. No, it won't. He's still alive. The ult might get it from Vulcan, but it doesn't. Optics so takes out Captain Twig, and now Zero's going to have to ages to buy time. But the Paul's going to secure his death. Maniac uses his ultimate to try and get some damage back. Adapt is going to go down and trade to Yamin. And Maniac's burst damage. Reels is in the sky. He's going to look for Rafa. Shield comes up from Rafa nicely. Shockwave to buy time. Instantly roll out. Good port from Optics. Rafa lives as well. Snipes coming out though from Amelito. Not going to find the targets. Can they find anything else? Or maybe just the Harpies after all is said and done. 1 death for 2 in favor of Got No Fans.
Well played by Got No Fans. Sayo just escaping, man, by an inch in it. It was just the peel that came out for him. It was so huge, and a great Kraken under his feet. Gold Fury has been started. Shielded teleport in from Yaman. He is on full health, and he will be able to find Raffer one way or another, though dropping down real quick through the damage from Sayo and Optics. Maniacs will fall. Yaman only barely alive. These mages are just doing so much damage.
They keep the Gold Fury alive for now. It allows SK to respawn and come back in. Twig and Reels on the warpath. Twig gonna force Optics back using the portal thanks to the Vanish. And that gives Reels the opportunity to start this Gold Fury himself. He feels he can rush this one because they've killed the support. He's changed his mind though, as Adapting double taps Captain Twig, and everybody chills out again for a moment.
And the middle lane, Zeros is holding off both Sayo and Optics simultaneously. Such strong zoning potential on that Vulcan. Will be receiving a nerf in the next patch, and well, more than one nerf.
I'm so happy.
Yeah, he's annoying.
Who gets a stun and a knock up on one ability? Like, please.
Poseidon.
Like, please. Yeah, but that's not. There's a difference. Adapting, though. Going to take to the sky, looking for the dunk on mid lane onto Zeros again. The double tap does connect. Great wall positioning there. The Berserker Barrage is good. Rapid blinks in with the Cataclysm, but now Rapid can play with his life. Oh, Maniac! Was amazing. Kraken turns up just as Twig jumps in. So Twig's in trouble. Rapid might die, but it was still a 1-for-1 trade. Optics coming in. So's Reels. But the wall again denies it. The portal. The wall denied. Yami turns up to the fight as well, but Emilito on the backside going to try and trade with Reels. Reels aware of it, uses the mess to buy time, but Beads comes out as well. Yami needs to be careful. Sorry, and Emilito needs to be careful. Yami coming in. The jukes are real from Emilito.
Wow,
Reels.
gets it.
But not enough. Emilito finds the last shot. What a fight. What a game.
Yeah, Emilito has done so well with the raw modes up to that point, but that last shot made it all count. I mean, that was just perfect. Played it well. And he ulted at the perfect time as well. Yaman has been a really big factor in this game, though. He's been so scary, just playing really aggressively on that Sun Wukong. Likely gonna finish up Jotuns and then go into a defensive item of sorts, but this Sun Wukong solo really working out.
Up, Twig gonna steal away blue buff on the right hand side as Adapting's taking down his speed buff on the left. Golfy still stands, not been taken down just yet, only by Got No Fans. Rafa gets a little bit caught out there, eats a bit of poke from Maniac, but nothing too much to write home about. This game's balanced on a knife edge, correct? And the fights are going backwards and forwards.
Yeah, I mean, the 1,500 gold from that Gold Fury has been recovered by Snoop Doggy Dogs, and they are up one tower, which is really nice for them. Oh, Raffer able to blink away, Maniac missing the freeze, but ward does go down, so the small battle is won, at least.
It's a 90-second cooldown on that blink as well, so he has to be careful about SK Gaming trying to engage in it to make sure he's in the right position for it. It's only a small little thing, but it could pay off. Maniac, though, gonna look for a wall, changing his mind. Gonna meet up with Rafa once again in mid lane, and Rafa's just gonna chase him down by the looks of it. Put the roller on, they're trying to pick up Rafa. So they're trying to pick up Maniac here. Maniac's the one caught out of position, but the Frost is going to buy him time now. He's Adapting, ducks down. They do take out Maniac, but can they all get out clean? Because Reels is here.
Yeah, speaking of dunks, Reels going directly onto Adapting. Yemen will find him with the Cougar. Poseidon comes out, and Reels is going to back off, but through space and time, cuts his head off. Up in the air is Emilito, but Sayo's in a lot of trouble as Yem is looking to secure the kill. Will turn onto Iraffer only when he can get zero. Should be able to find that one, and the Magma Bomb will be enough now. Emilito in the backside, knocked up and knocked out, but not quite before he can take down Yemen. The shot from the turret will follow him. Zeros can win this. Magma Bomb onto one, backfire into two, waiting on cooldowns. It's 2 seconds on the backfire, 4 seconds on the Magma Bomb, and Optics is not going to mess with it.
I'm going to say Optics is through space and times are absolutely disgusting. They are so close.
Is he going to mess with it?
Yo, I was hyped for that. I was hyped for that. Force out the shots. And then it gives a little laugh under the tower as he stands firm for now. Crazy action. That was a full engage from Got No Fans there. They wanted to pick Maniac for the Gold Fury, but the resulting fight continued. Reels rotated very well, very early to that fight. It worked out for him through space and time, sniped from Optics as Reels tried to get out and disengage that. And now we're back to this sort of standoff once again on the Gold Fury as both teams want to contest it. They just can't get just a single pick to do it.
Man, you know, Captain Twig playing really well in this jungle role, especially as the way he's playing Loki in these team fights is so risky because he's ulting and using his ult for utility, and then there's just like Krakens and everything exploding underneath him. But even with that, he's only died twice, which is fairly good. Ward battle coming down, Adapting caught out, and will not be able to tell where it fall. Yaman is healed. The shield is good, and it's going to get him out. Now, Raffer's going to blink in. Nice Mirror will turn around a lot of damage onto Raffer. Reels taking damage from the snipes. Will die to Adapting. For space and time would do the job as well, and Adapting's going to be able to get out as Maniac is absolutely destroyed. But here comes Twig. Here comes Zeros. The Vulcan ult not quite going to connect. And now Emilito in a fair amount of trouble as Yemen will be able to force him out, avoiding the Kraken, finding Sayo, taking him down. And now getting knocked away, might maybe survive. It's so close.
He's gonna
2 seconds.
Yeah, double tap on the left-hand side though. Twig versus Optics is going on as well. He's using the threshold to juke out. He's waiting for his portal. He needs to get out the vanish. He's being chased down. Can he find the portal in time? He jukes him into Emilito, and Captain Twig's the one caught out of position. He has to try and stay inside the decoy, but Twig is doing damage. The vanish should be enough. The roll at the same time.
Misses the auto attack decoy. Aim strike kick in range.
Holy shit. I don't swear off it, but that was like, wow. This game is crazy hype right now. Gold Fury is available 90 minutes in. They don't even want to do it because they know Maniac's back online, and Reels is just ulted in as well to make sure they don't do it.
Is not going to find Raffer. Will almost find Optics. This is so close. Man, real talk. Is it just me? Or do Lokis in general miss their vanish auto attack a lot? What is it about that auto attack?
I don't know.
You know what I mean though? Like it misses so much more often than every other auto attack in the game. It's weird.
That was madness. And I mean, yeah, it does happen with Loki quite a lot. Mid-half is available on the right, though. Adapt is looking left once again for a fight. And one of the things about Adapt is he loves to fight. All he likes to do is scrap, and he's a great scrapper as well. Level 17 right now, 2 levels above Captain Twig. So when we check it with the experience on these gods right now, just to see the difference, because at the moment there's only a 1600 experience difference. There's a 2-level difference between Loki and Thor. But when you look at the other lanes as well, you can see the real differential is all in favour, honestly, to Got No Fans. The only person behind in terms of levels was Rafa a little bit, but it's not that bad if it's a gap, you know, compared to the other gods. It's very important that the rest of the players are ahead.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think the biggest question here is how much is Yemen going to be able to do? He is so fed for his team. He's such a big factor in his team fights. He just has to really connect with all that damage. Nice shield onto adapting, just a little bit preemptive and making sure nothing happens. And Yemen in the middle lane harassing Optics with his positioning. But this is just sort of a little bit of a lull in the action as Goldfury is still up. Nobody has gotten it yet, but neither of these teams really know how they want to start a fight.
Well, every time they start a fight, everybody collapses in and it becomes a calamity of errors. Well, not necessarily errors, but outplays more than anything else.
Yeah.
Everyone's outplaying each other more than misplays coming out. They're going to start Gold Fury. Maniac is watching. They know Maniac's watching. Sal's going to cut off Maniac from the back. They're going to turn this into Maniac because he realizes it, but good wall from him prevents that. But now he can go back in. Reels is coming in with Across the Skies as well. The freeze comes out. The Gold Fury goes to Got No Fans, but what can SK do?
SK Gaming in the back, Zero's under a lot of pressure, but a great Aegis will keep him alive. Twig not so lucky as the portal destroys him. Will assassinate over to Sayo. Not quite able to find the kill as Sayo will pick him up with the Trident Raffer and adapting very low. Emilito rolling in, able to find Reels as Yamin is beating Optics, but not beating him down, not finding the kill. It is a 4 for 0.
Nope,
maybe
deicide.
5 as the cripple out,
Deicide.
and it's going to be a deicide. Emilito playing so well in that last fight. Got no fans. 5 for 0 plus Gold Fury. Snoop Doggy Dog's completely out of position.
Plus
nobody there.
Plus tier 1 tower left hand side. That's how it's going to fall down too before Reels can get back to that one. They're going to be able to push out right. They've got no Buster taking the jungle right now, but they're going to go looking. That's generally what you try and do in these situations. They're not going to find anything. Are they looking for the tier 1 on right? That's the question. It looks like Optics is going to go there. They won't be able to clear it, I don't think, before they get respawned. But Emilito's doing some good chunk of change to that left hand tower here. He may find it, you know. He's going to find it. Oh, Maniac. Going to use the beads of Melito to make sure he takes it down, rolls away, and with the wall and that freeze on cooldown, he should be able to get out because Apollo does not have his ultimate yet.
That was worth the risk, even if he died, to be honest. Just get the tower down, get that gold, get that experience, and out of nowhere, out of literally nowhere, 8,000 gold, 10,000 experience lead.
That's what one Gold Fury can do, though, crap. One Gold Fury fight.
Oh, especially when there's a 5 for 0 and you get 3 towers.
Well, when you get the Gold Fury beforehand, then you fight and win the fight.
Yeah.
That's when you're going to have the opportunity to get even more out of it. So, a big swing in favour of Got No Fans right now. This one is definitely now in favour of Got No Fans, but it's not over. The way these guys have been skirmishing is a possibility that the outplays can continue to happen, and we might see Snoop Doggy Dogs get themselves back into this one. They're grouping right inside, though. We've got no fans here, and Yami has just used his 72 transformations. Now he's going to get caught out of position himself. Cactus doesn't get found. It forces the ultimate out, but they're trying to pressure this right-hand side tower now. They've got time to do this, and they need a rotation now, as Maniac's coming over to help defend.
I also do want to mention Emilito going into a Witchblade, which essentially means that the only player who can practically kill him is Zeros, and Reels trying to deal with this split push from Emilito will have a lot of trouble, as he is completely outgunned.
Well, but we need to give this build a name now. Not the Unicorn. Oh, he's going to chase him with a sprint. We're going to see a Hunter Jewel as he rolls after Reels here. The trade backwards and forwards. The Mez misses from Reels. He has to try and juke away again. He should have his moves up available very, very soon. But Adaptive's in the sky looking for the dunk. He's going to find it, but immediately Apollo does use the ultimate. But the copter crashes down. Black Hawk down in that situation. And now Adapting going to chase onto Zeros now. Good fist. And he uses the beast to stop the stun knock-up combo. Zeros uses the Aegis to turn that one around. The wall doesn't get found from Maniac, but Emilito snipes and trying to find Zeros. As Sayo comes into zone, Zeros into a nasty corner. Maniac though with the ultimate. He's going to explode. Sayo chills here by standing right on the outskirts. Finds himself a killing spree. He's still trying to juke out. He's to escape. Yami's in trouble as Twig comes in looking for the kill onto Optics. Optics with the beast to buy himself time as Yami comes down, pulls himself out. Rafa bravely walks away as Emilito gets a Phoenix.
And Amelito, with a Wishblade up against 2 physical characters, can actually take this fight. He can just straight up 1v2 because he's so tanky. Optics is here as well. We'll find a little bit of damage on the Twig. And look at this. Amelito just not taking damage. Exploding Yamin will find him right through the wall. Now turning around onto Twig. Cataclysm not connected. Beats were up. Dropping the hit from the Vanish. Reels coming in. Should be able to find Optics even after the Aegis. Just needs 1-2 auto attacks to get that one. Raffer's going to blink away. And now Reels up against Amelito. We've seen this before. And Amelito just has him completely outgunned. Even with the mirror, it's not going to be enough.
I don't know if it is going to be enough. We'll have to see. It's level 18 versus level 20 right now. As Maniac's trying to body block as much as he can. And Reels has actually used the Beast. Uses the Mess to buy a second. So Beautiful comes out. Zeros is here. Will the Beatball be enough? Yes, it will. Now Raph is in trouble, but Sio to the rescue. He comes in deep, fires a tidal wave. That connects, but what does Sio do? He needs help. Kraken backs at the dump down from adapting. And Zeros is cut out. He's not going to use his available. Going to use his ultimate, but he's not going to hit anyone's adapted. Jump to the hammer just in time. Maniac left surrounded by fire minions. Double kill for adapting. And another deicide. But got no fans.
You cannot run from Poseidon. You just have to turn and fight him, and that was just so crucial. As Sio arrived at the perfect time, he was like, I am fast, I will kill you. And right now it looks like Got No Fans is gonna get the win, as they are up now 10,000 gold, 17,000 experience at the 26-minute mark, absolutely exploding into the late game.
Mixture of Cloud9, Mortality, and a ex-Potato Boys member. This team right now got no fans. The Chaos Titans trying to take a little bit of poke damage from those fire minions now, as you can see. And now the Fire Giant is about to be sieged up. The ward clearing has begun. And it's going to be a difficult ask for SK to get back into it. But, you know, they're a top team. They're going to Worlds. And if anyone can do it, it should be SK.
You mean Snoop Doggy Dogs?
Snoop Doggy Dogs. No. It's close enough. So I'm going to go aggressive on Yami, force him back to tower for now. Nothing more going to come out from that one. As you can see from the side of Snoop Doggy Dogs, they're just trying to farm up for the most part here. Real's trying to get his rage online to be able to deal with this, but along the way, look at Rama's build right now. He's nearly full build. Looks like he's probably going for Deathbringer here. Sorry, Rage or Deathbringer, because he's still got his Death Toll. They're starting the Fire Giant now. Maniac hovering in the area, has an understanding that's going on, but he's against the whole team. Nobody else from his team is here to deal with this. He's going to blink in, but he's way too early to this party, and the party he's going to find out, it was bring your own beer, and in the end, he didn't bring any, so he goes home very disappointed by it. Good snipe from Optics, though, does connect with Captain Twig, and he might actually be able to find Captain Twig with one auto here if he's lucky. Oh, he does find it! And the beads, though, used by Captain Twig, followed by the assassin, going to keep him alive for now. Real's going to split push left.
Thor!
Thor does not find Captain Twig, the double tap will he find? No. Twig juking out, not going to juke out enough. Amelito does manage to force Yami to use his ultimate as well, so that's on cooldown now. They're just trying to siege up and try and catch people out of position. Yami with a good rotation, but cripple applied. The Vulcan ultimate, the Kraken connects, and Amelito finds himself another kill. As this one looks over.
Yeah, I mean, Got No Fans just kind of killing everybody. This synergy between Sio, Iraffer, and Adapting is absolutely insane. Optics is just a beast, and Amelito, well, he's there to do the damage when it counts. Raffer, right in the mix. They're going to try and deal with Maniac, but they don't really need to do too much. Just focusing the Titan with it at 25%. No, scratch that. 0%, 1%. Got No Fans head to the finals. They're going to take the win. Snoop Doggy Dogs are going home. Slightly disappointed. Still sipping on gin and juice.
They really are. But just to be clear about that as well, Snoop Doggy Dogs did have 4 members of SK Gaming's main lineup. Badger was not with them today. They were also playing in different roles, so don't get too worried about their World's chances. They still have a good opportunity to go to that one. But for now, the talk now turns back to Got No Fans, who, in all honesty, will probably have gained a few fans from that game. Their performance there was outstanding, and they're going to go into the final to face off against the team that beat Aquila, the other team going to Worlds, in Alt Under Control. We'll bring you that matchup shortly as these guys get themselves into picks and bans.